Now today on the Red Revolt, two new things. I've got a new pair of shoes and a hydration backpack. Got a pair of Von Traeger shoes. And when I went and got the mountain bike, which I got for a very good deal, and you would have known that if you watched the previous video, but they also had a sale on shoes. And I got these shoes for 75 quid, which I think is less than half price. And they do pinch a little bit across the toes, which I'm hoping will ease as I ride them, you know, because I'm sure my other shoes have done that. So rather than get ones that are too big and then they get even bigger, you know. But at 75 quid I thought they were worth a punt. But I have got odd shaped feet, so shoes are difficult for me. But after getting them, I went to the National Cycling Show, which I have to say was a little bit of a disappointment, really. I think the internet has killed trade shows, because you don't go there to see new stuff. You've already seen it. And because of that, the big brands don't exhibit. Because it costs an obscene amount of money to exhibit at a trade show. So while I was there was a stand with Lake shoes. So I walked onto the stand and I said, I want to find my perfect fit. And they got the measuring devices out and fiddled around and one thing and another. And then, well, he disappeared for quite a while. Came back with a pair of shoes and put them on. And wow, what a difference. Next level comfort. Absolutely amazing. So I said, well, the critical question is, how much do they cost? And I thought he said £225. And I thought, well, that's expensive, but, you know, slightly out of my comfort zone of what I spend on shoes, but, you know, they are really comfortable. But my wife said to me, no, he said £325. And that was just too much for me. I thought, no, that's a lot for a pair of shoes. I mean, yes, they are comfortable, really comfortable. They're 5 times the price of my Von Traegers, and are they going to be 5 times more comfortable? Will they last 5 times as long? And that's the dilemma, isn't it? How much are you prepared to spend on comfort? Because that's all it is. And these shoes work fine. In fact, I seem to find that I have a better pedalling rhythm with these shoes than my others. I don't know if maybe the soles are a bit stiffer or something. But they work really well, even if they do pinch my toes. And then the other new thing is my hydration backpack. Because this Red Revolt has got a dropper seat post. Never really been able to use it, because they put a saddlebag on for me and it was one of those long ones that went right down to the frame. So as soon as you dropped the seat, it crushed the bag. Well, that's not very good, particularly if my phone is in there. And I started looking at hydration backpacks then. And maybe you know, bum bags, those kind of things. And then when I got the mountain bike, I realised, and with the mountain bike, I realised there's not much room inside the frame. You've got mounts for 2 bottle cages, but there's no way you're going to get 2 bottles in there. In fact, I doubt whether you'd even get 2 cages in without them touching each other. And so I thought, well, here we go then. You know, all the mountain bikers, they all use hydration backpacks and things, or backpacks of some description. So why not get one? So I did. And it works really well. And so I'll try it on this bike. And it's great. I can use the dropper. I've got room to put my radar light on, which I didn't before. So all in all, it's been great. So I got a Camelback because a lot of people advise me not to get a cheap one, you know. So I save extra few quid, but they don't really work as well. So I got the Camelback, and well, I looked at the Camelback. I was talking to my brother. Turns out I didn't even know he's got one. He said it's highly recommended. But he only rides mountain bikes. And as I said, I got it. And I'm really liking it. And then my brother said to me, he said the road people are not going to be very happy with you. What do you mean? He said, well, apparently it's frowned upon with roadies to use backpacks. I said, well, I don't really care. It seems silly to me to not use something that works because of an image. It's interesting, really, isn't it? How there's so many factions. And I like cycling. I like road riding, I like gravel riding. And I wanted to try mountain bike riding. But you get these factions of, you know, mountain bikers and mock road riders and vice versa, and it's just very strange. Because you'd think as cyclists we'd all be sort of supportive of each other. It appears not to be the case. Even on the cycling forums, I say forums because I'm old. Most of these are Facebook groups now. People who like rim brakes have a go at people with disc brakes. There's people who hate the fact that others have e-bikes. And yet we're all cyclists. We're all out pedalling our bikes. I mean, you get it in all walks of life, I know. I remember being in a classic car club, you know, and you get the concourse people, and then you get the 100% original people, and then there's the modifiers, and they all hate each other, and then you get factions within factions. There's people who think that if you change something, it can't be seen, even though you claim it's an original car, just because you couldn't get a particular part. And then they shake their head and, oh, I don't know, I think you'll have to say that's a modification, and, you know, and then they just spend all their time trying to outdo each other in how pure they are. But the thing is, the classic car people have a huge advantage over us in that nobody cares. You don't have anti-classic car people the same as you do anti-cyclists. And the anti-cyclists are shouting really loudly at the moment. And politicians will listen if they shout loudly. and they'll try and restrict everything we do. You see, the danger with these divisions is when they come for the road cyclists, the mountain bikers won't care. It doesn't affect them, and they don't particularly like the roadies anyway. But then when they start coming for the mountain bikers, because I don't know, they're tearing up the land or using too much space, there's nobody to support them. I know I've said this before in previous videos, but if you love cycling, you've got to look out for each other. We've all got to stick together.